Welcome to VNCTech Group Strategic Planning Process Overview. I'm Anthony Maiello, CEO and founder of VNCTech Group. You probably have already been exposed to many strategic tools, frameworks, and models. You may know tools like OKRs, SWOT, and PEST. They all include processes to help develop strategy maps, KPIs, mission statements, and much more. In fact, many of you and many companies already use various models and frameworks. But it's still very true. Based on real data, some will succeed while most will not with their strategic planning. The reason for this mixed bag of successes and failures is because this could be confusing on understanding how to or when to use specific frameworks or models or a combination of both. This lesson provides an overview of VNC Tech Group's strategic planning process model that we've developed over many decades of trial and error with our clients. If you are a member, in later lessons, we will deep dive each step in this process. Let's start this overview by going through this diagram and see how we have combined the various tools, frameworks, and models to support our strategic planning process. There are many different strategic approaches companies can take to create and implement their strategies. Some companies focus on internal objectives, while others focus on external. Some focus on key results, and so forth. Basically, companies try to create their own unique approach that usually combines elements of various tools. So, this diagram has been developed based on our decades of experience helping clients and companies create and execute their business strategies. Think of this as a roadmap to strategic planning we've divided into 5 steps where each step builds on each other in more strategic detail. Keep in mind, this is a brief overview of our roadmap and strategic planning process. As part of your membership, we provide deep dives, challenges, and certifications into each step of this process in separate courses. Also, this process, along with its associated tools and frameworks, is available with the VNC Strategy Designer platform. Let's show you each step of our process at a very high level. Step one is focused on forming the foundational elements you will need to build upon your strategy. We've learned over many years that ignoring foundational items like mission, vision, and core values during strategic planning is not a good idea and often results in failed strategies. Even if your company already has these statements in place, it's still time well spent to discuss them with your team and stakeholders as the first line item when embarking on a strategic planning event. These discussions not only properly creates or revises mission, vision, and core values, but they also are a time where your team spends quality time together discussing the goals and core values of the company that actually resonates with the organization and not just words on paper that may not mean much to employees and stakeholders. If done correctly, your team will have a mission with the highest level goal as a focus point, a vision with an inspiring long term statement, and core values that everyone can support and deliver. These are all necessary to have as a foundation to formulate your strategy. The proposition, step two, is where we formulate the strategy proposition by transforming great ideas into a hypothesis through various strategic frameworks, each providing data driven analysis from different perspectives. As a member, you will review and get certified on the most popular strategic frameworks such as SWOT, PEST, VRIO, Balanced Scorecard, and OKR frameworks. After getting certified, you will understand how each framework works as well as when you should use them based on your company's challenges. During this step, we also discuss how to use the results of frameworks and how they fit into the strategic planning process focused on your company challenges and needs. The result of this step will be a strategic hypothesis of what your overall strategy needs to be and how you need to approach the solution. The details, step three of this process, takes the business proposition strategic hypothesis from step two as input to properly get the details needed for an effective strategy execution. Step two, produce the direction for your company's needs and strategically take, but it's not enough for your teams to execute on. This step takes the strategy hypothesis to the next level of detail by using different tools, producing detailed strategy maps with goals, key performance indicators, and action plans. This means this step will quantify goals with actions and ways to measure them, as well as mapping goals from four different perspectives within the balanced scorecard strategy map. This includes financial, customer, business process, and growth and learning perspectives. We will show you how to do this through cause and effect mapping and setting rationale for each goal and objective. This will all be illustrated visually in detail using our VNC Strategy Designer platform and tools. Step four is about aligning and cascading goals throughout the organization and various levels, ensuring the entire company sees the value in the plan, buys into it, and understands how to execute their parts to be successful. We enter this step with the foundation where we built a solid strategic approach and strategic hypothesis, as well as a detailed strategy with themes and actions. We now basically have what we would call an actionable strategy. Although you think it's all ready for execution and to be shared with the company, it's not really, not just yet. True, this all makes sense now by you and probably your immediate team, but it may not exhibit the right value to all the various levels of the organization. Basically, we need to cascade and align goals throughout the organization where all stakeholders, employees, and even customers can see the value based on their perspectives and understand what they need to do to complete the challenges. We will develop, execute, and track this cascading approach right within the same VNC strategy designer platform you use to develop your strategy by presenting cascading goals based on financial, customer, internal, and learning perspectives. So there is something in there for everyone to see value from their perspective, as well as understand what they need to do to continue cascading goals to fine tune and deliver the execution. Entering step five means we are now ready for execution. We have the details and the cascading communication plans in place and running. From the previous steps, we've documented in VNC Strategy Designer platform the actions, KPIs, leading and lagging indicators, and more, and all measurements are in place. This step now is about executing and tracking the implementation by monitoring and validating KPIs and reporting results to stakeholders while learning and documenting new things as we go. You will do this all through the VNC Designer platform. As a member, you will learn proper reporting and performance measurement practices in future courses.